بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. The name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Latif. It's a difficult word to translate, but one word that we can use is that He is very kind, the one who is kind. إنما يستحق هذا الاسم من يعلم دقائق المصالح وغوامضها وما دق منها وما لطف. That the one who is called Latif is the one who knows the daqiq things about things. So the one who knows things at a very intricate level. The one who knows things at a very intricate level, but also works in a way that is very, very, very kind and benevolent towards you. I'll give you some examples in a minute, inshallah. And he says that he does it in such a way that you benefit from him without any harshness. دون الرفق في الفعل. Rifq, right, being فإذا اجتمع الرفق في الفعل. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gentleness in the way that He deals with you. He's kind and He's gentle towards you as well. وَاللُّطْفُ فِي الْإِدْرَاكِ ثُمَّ مَعْنَى اللُّطْفُ. So this is what it means. He gives an example, a very interesting example. Many examples, but I'll give you one example. فَمِن لُطْفِهِ خلق الجنين في رحم الأم في ظلمات ثلاث. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates the fetus, child, in the womb in 3 layers of darkness. في ظلمات ثلاث. وحفظه فيه, and Allah ta'ala protects it in there. It's protected in the womb. وتغذيته بواسطة السرة, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides sustenance to it through the umbilical cord. It gets food in the fetus. Then it becomes such that it leaves the stomach, it's born, it leaves the fetus, the fetus leaves the womb, and then it comes out. And then it needs food straight away. As you know, as a father, those of the children, the first instinct of a child is they want milk straight away. They want to be caressed by the milk. That's the instinct that Allah has created in the child. Instantly, as soon as the child comes out, they want that straight away. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspires within it to drink milk from the mother. To drink milk from the breast of the mother, right? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it such a way that, you know, it provides sustenance for it as well, so, and continues. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created such a way the child is taken care of in the womb, the fetus, then it comes out into the world, Allah feeds it through the mother and so forth. And then He says, ثُمَّ تَأَخُرُ خَلْقَ السِّنْ عَنْ أَوَّلَ خِلْقَ. Then look at how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it. The child is not born with teeth. The child is not born with teeth because it doesn't need teeth. In fact, having teeth is dangerous, it's harmful, right? Because that would be harmful to the mother. So look at the lutf of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He does not give the child teeth. إِلَى وَقْتِ الْحَاجَةِ, until the time comes that the child actually needs teeth. Right? Later on, they start to grow teeth as well, right? Because they only need milk at the beginning. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created such a way. This is the wonders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the child teeth, right? Because now he needs to crush the food, right? Now he's growing. Now he needs to eat solids. So before he eats solids, he needs to break up the solids as well. Not only that, He says in detail that Allah gives you different types of teeth as well, right? He gives you molars for crushing. He gives you the canine teeth for breaking, and He gives you the sharp edge incisors which are for cutting. So different teeth in your mouth have different purposes as well. This is from the lutf of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. And Allah also gives you a tongue, right? With which to speak. Because the tongue is the mutakallim, the tongue is what speaks what's in your heart, what mentions what's in your heart. You have something within you, ma'fi al-dhamir, and you want to express it. Allah gives you the tongue to express it. You know the Quran by heart, but you need to express the Quran, so Allah gives you this tongue to speak. You have a need, you need to communicate. So Allah gives you a tongue through which you communicate to people. So this is the lutf of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He says that if you think about all of this, this is the generosity and kindness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala towards you as well. So this is something to bear in mind. And this is something very, very interesting. وَمِن لُطْفِهِ بِعِبَادِهِ أَنَّهُ أَعْطَاهُمْ فَوْقَ الْكِفَايَةِ وَكَلَّفَهُمْ دُونَ الطَّاقَةِ. That's from His lutf to His slave, that He gives him more than he needs. Allah gives you more than you need. فَوْقَ الْكِفَايَةِ, yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala holds you to accountable for less than that. Allah gives you more than you need, but He holds you to account for less than that, right? وَقَلَّفَ دُونَ طَاقَةِ, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't hold you to account for everything, right? This is something that's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. And he goes into some more details as well. In terms for us as slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, Ar-rifq bi'ibadillahi ta'ala. Be gentle to the makhluk of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is gentle towards you. Be gentle towards makhluk of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Be kind towards them. وَالتَّلَطُّفْ بِهِمْ فِي الدَّعْوَةِ إِلَى اللَّهِ. When you call them to Allah, be gentle with people. Don't be harsh towards people. وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَضًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reminded that if you were harsh, then they would have fled from you. Nowadays people think that, we need to be harsh with people, right, to make them Muslims and make them practice their faith. Right? He has been gentle. وَالْهِدَايَةِ إِلَى سَعَادَةِ الْآخِرَةِ. And to guide them towards sa'adah, to happiness in the akhirah as well. Right? And he said, without being harsh, right? Without being fanatical, without getting into disputations with people. So being gentle as well. Yes, sometimes you do have to be harsh, right? Sometimes, you told someone once, doesn't listen. You told a brother the second time, doesn't listen. And the third time you have to be harsh, right? So it's not always about being soft, but it's also reminding you that generally you should be gentle with people. But sometimes some people are so stubborn that the only way they listen to you is you have to tell them that, wait, I've told you 3 times now and you're not going to listen to me. Now I need to be harsh with you. So it's about being fair as well, because that's also part of being gentle and caring for people, right? Because if you're not harsh sometimes, then the person will become worse. So then you have to make an example of them. That, I'm going to have to shout at you in front of everyone now because you're not listening to me. You're doing that, why? Because you've used every other opportunity to give them nasiha, they're not listening anymore as well. And he says, the best way to do this is to have good qualities, pleasing comportment. In other words, be a good person. To be a person who has this sifat of lutf is that you have a good akhlaq and you're nice to meet. People want to talk to you, people want to be around you, people want to have conversations with you. You're a gentle person. وَالْعَمَلُ الصَّالِحِ. He says this is the best way. He says this is more powerful than giving lots of speeches. Lambi bayan karke. Rather, he says, be gentle with akhlaq. Right? You don't need to say much, but in your akhlaq, in the way you care for people, you're generous towards people. This is bringing this sifat of lutf into our life. This is very, very important to bear in mind. Allah gives us this sifat. Some people think that it's all about being harsh and sad and miserable and angry looking. No. It's about being generous towards people, being kind towards people. The next name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Khabir. Al-Khabir means Allah is totally aware. Right? It's similar to the name Alim. Alim is also a similar name of Allah, Alim and Khabir. But Khabir basically means Allah also, it has this emphasis, Allah also knows the secrets. Like even the things that are hidden within you. So every time you're thinking about something, what's in your heart, what you hide from people, Allah is fully aware of that as well. What you're thinking about at this moment in time, Allah is fully aware of that as well. And it says that أَن يَكُونَ خَبِيرًا بِمَا يَجْرِي فِي عَالَمٍ. That you should be that sort of person in your life, a khabir, you should be fully aware of yourself. Know your weaknesses. I have this weakness that I have anger problems, I need to manage that. Right? I can't control my desires, I need to manage that. Right? I can't get up for Fajr, I need to work on that. I'm lazy, I need to become more active, I need to work on that. So this sifat is knowing yourself. That mera andar kaun si kamzori hai? What weaknesses do I have? Right? Know thyself. This is the way of Islam. That I know that I need to work on these things. This is why reading the Quran and bringing those sifat into our lives, reading the hadith and bringing those sifat into our lives, sitting in the company of the mashayikh and learning from them, these are very, very important ways of self-improvement. All of this is also about self-improvement, because when we learn the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're also thinking about how we can bring those names into our lives. The final one, very briefly, is Al-Halim. Al-Halim, some people translate as being very mild, but it means like being very controlled, like not getting angry easily, right? Restrained, if you like. Al-Halim, Hilm. He's very calm. He can control himself, right? Bardash, he can take on things that people throw at him. هو الذي يشاهد معصية العباد ويرى مخالفات الأمر ثم لا يستفزه غضب ولا يعتريه غيظ. Allah, this is the sifat of Allah. And Allah sees all these people disobeying Him day in, day out. Allah sees all these people who are disobeying Him day in, day out, but He doesn't rush to punish them. He doesn't rush to punish them, right? He doesn't get angry on them straight away. Therefore, how much sins do I do every day? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving me more opportunity. Allah is being patient with me. Allah is being Halim. So we should be like this as well. that we should be understanding towards people. If Allah is like this with us, all the non-believers, Joe, non-stop they're disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, doing all the sins that they do, that Allah is giving them a chance as well. وَلَا يَحْمِلُ عَلَى الْمُسَارَعَةِ إِلَى الْإِنْتِقَامِ مَعَ غَايَةِ الْإِقْتِدَارِ عَجَلَةً وَطَيْشًا. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the power, Allah has the power and the qudra, He can take them to task right now. Allah can grab them and seize you and me right now, if He wanted to, but He gives us a chance. He gives an opportunity. So immediately we should become like this as well, that we should not rush to make judgments upon people. We should not rush to be harsh with people, give people a benefit of the doubt, to give them an opportunity, work with them as well. So this is something to bear in mind as well, that Halim, having this sifat, right, of being hilm, of being forbearing, that by the people are weak, we're going to be easy on them, we're going to work with them, we're going to work with the community, slowly, we're going to bring people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're not going to be such that people have hatred towards the deen, nafrat as they call it. Yassiru, make things easy for people. وَلَا تَعَسِّرُوا, don't make things hard for people. Bashiru, give people good tidings. وَلَا تَنَفِّرُوا, Rasulullah says, don't create hatred for people in their heart for deen. Create love for Allah and His deen and His Rasulullah in people's hearts. This is very difficult to do. It's easy for me to stand here every day and shout at you and scream at you and tell you you're all like this and you're all like that. It's very easy for me to do, and it makes me feel good as well. But is that the way of doing it? Is that the way of da'wah and tabligh? Is that the way of da'wah and tabligh? Yes, sometimes the person might need to be harsh. Sometimes the person might need to tell you straight, right? But that's usually the exception. That's usually the exception. If someone's been telling you 10, 15 times and you don't listen, then they have to be harsh with you. Then you deserve it. But generally, Pyar Muhabbat se. Make people understand. This is the way of our mashayikh. Our teachers were like this. They would gently guide the student. Even if the student was weak, kamzor student, they wouldn't say to the student, you're bekar and you're not clever. But you do mehnat. Aap padhte raho, keep doing mehnat. Allah Ta'ala will give you, Allah Ta'ala will take benefit from you. People will benefit from you as well. So this is very, very important to bear in mind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us all the tawfiq. Inshallah, we'll continue the games tomorrow as well. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.